Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. If you're someone who likes to cut through the noise and get straight to the facts, well, you're absolutely in the right place. Today, we're diving into a super practical, step-by-step travel guide. We're literally going to map out exactly how patients from all over India are traveling across the border into Nepal to get world-class eye care. So grab a notepad and let's map out this journey to the Mechi Eye Hospital. To keep things nice and simple, we're going to break this trip down into 5 easy steps. First, a vision of hope. Then, reaching the transport hub, crossing the border, arriving in Birtamodeeye, and finally, inside Mechi Eye Hospital.
Let's jump right into step 1, a vision of hope, taking a quick look at the Mechi Eye Hospital itself.
Now, you might be wondering, why on earth are thousands of people from states like Assam, Bihar, West Bengal, and Sikkim packing up and making this specific trip? Well, this place is not just some run-of-the-mill clinic. It's an absolute institution. Established way back in 1996 in eastern Nepal, Mechi Eye Hospital has spent decades building a rock-solid reputation. They are known for pairing state-of-the-art medical tech with treatments that are actually accessible. For families dealing with the stress of serious eye issues, going to a trusted, long-standing facility, that brings a massive amount of peace of mind.
I know what you're probably thinking. Going to a whole other country for healthcare? That's got to be a nightmare to organize and super expensive, right? Actually, no. Just listen to this patient who traveled all the way from Itanagar. They said their total budget, and we're talking travel, treatment, the whole shebang, was around 20,000 rupees. They admitted they were initially terrified about crossing the border, but found the whole thing incredibly easy and totally budget-friendly. How amazing is that?
All right, moving on to step 2, reaching the transport hubs of NJP and Siliguri.
So, before you can cross any borders, you've got to get from your hometown to these main transit hubs in West Bengal. And our sources are super clear on this one, absolutely crucial pro tip. Take the train, skip the bus. Seriously, think about it. You're likely traveling with someone who needs eye treatment, maybe an elderly parent. The absolute last thing they need is to be bouncing around on a bus for hours, right? A train lets them stretch out, lie down, and actually rest. A long bus ride with a bunch of vehicle changes will just exhaust them before the treatment even begins. So definitely take the train to NJP.
Okay, so you've made it to the New Jalpaiguri or Siliguri station. Awesome! Your next target is the Panatanki border. When you step out of the station, you've got a couple of easy options. You can hop on a local bus that clearly says Panatanki for about 150 rupees. It's cheap, though a little on the slower side. But if you want to get there a bit faster, there are tons of shared taxis and autos right there too. The price varies, but honestly, getting a ride to the border is an absolute breeze. Which brings us to step 3, crossing the border from Panitanki to Kakarpita.
Now, this is the part that usually gives first-time travelers a ton of anxiety. People are always asking, what kind of ID do I actually need to cross an international border into Nepal? Do I need a mountain of paperwork?
Let me put your mind at ease right now. For Indian citizens, it is unbelievably simple. Do you need a passport? Nope. A visa? Absolutely not. All you need is your standard daily ID. A valid voter ID card, your Aadhaar card, or a PAN card will work perfectly. The border guards on the Indian side will just do a quick routine check of your ID and boom, you're cleared to walk or ride right on across. It is literally that simple.
And the whole timeline? Super fast. The border gates at Panatanki open up bright and early at 6 a.m. That ID check by the Indian Border Security Force takes maybe 10 minutes tops. After that, you just cross the bridge over the Mechi River, which takes about 15 minutes, and just like that, you've arrived in Kakarpita, Nepal. Oh, but one extremely important heads up about local security. There is a strict, and I mean strict, rule against taking any videos or photos at the border check. Seriously, just keep your smartphones tucked away in your pockets. The absolute last thing you want is to cause a delay or get tangled up with border security when you're trying to get your family member to the hospital. Just play it cool. Okay, we are almost there. Step 4, arriving in Birtamodeeye, the final leg of the journey. Believe it or not, you are now just 15 kilometers away from your final destination. That's it. It is an incredibly short stretch from the border to the town of Birtamodeeye, where the hospital sits. So how do you cover those last 15 kilometers? It's like a 1-2-3 process. First, as soon as you clear the border, you'll walk straight into the Kakarpita bus station. Second, keep your eyes peeled for these little white shared vans. The locals call them magic vans or just grab a shared auto. Third, hop in and tell the driver you're heading to the Mechi Eye Hospital.
They know exactly where it is, and the best part is, they will drive you right through the main gates and drop you off directly inside the hospital compound.
And the grand total for this super convenient door-to-door ride? About 50 rupees per person. Yep, just 50 bucks. And hey, don't stress about exchanging your money into Nepali rupees just yet. Indian currency is widely accepted by all these local drivers for these small fares.
All right, we made it. Step 5. Inside Mechi Eye Hospital.
Once you're inside, you'll see firsthand that this isn't some tiny rural clinic. It's a highly advanced medical center. They handle the whole spectrum of eye care: standard cataract surgeries, complex glaucoma treatments, retina and vitreous care, cornea transplants, and even modern YAG laser treatments. Making this trip absolutely guarantees that your loved ones are getting access to top-tier, specialized medical technology.
Now, walking into any busy hospital can feel a bit overwhelming, right? So here is a golden nugget from our sources that's going to save you so much time. When you walk into the main building, bypass the confusion and make a beeline straight for counter number 8. This is the main registration desk. Go straight there to grab your tickets and kickstart the whole medical process.
While you're waiting around, you'll probably notice how impeccably clean and beautiful the hospital grounds are. Well, there's a reason for that. The hospital does not mess around with cleanliness. They enforce a strict 500 rupee fine if you're caught littering, spitting, or using tobacco anywhere on the premises. And honestly, it's great because it keeps the whole environment pristine, peaceful, and perfectly infection-free for patients who are recovering from eye surgery.
And speaking of recovery, since most treatments require a day or two of rest, you're going to need a place to crash. The good news is, Birtamodeeye has a ton of budget-friendly hotels right next to the hospital. A standard room will only run you about 500 to 700 rupees a night. Need a heater for those chilly winter nights? You're looking at around 1,000 rupees. Or, if it's summer and you want AC, it's roughly 1,500 rupees. So you can easily recover in comfort without draining your bank account.
So what does this all mean? We've mapped out the transit hubs, crossed an international border without breaking a sweat, and navigated straight to counter 8. Seeing just how straightforward, accessible, and totally affordable this entire route is, are you ready to take that journey toward clear sight for yourself or your loved ones? Sometimes the most life-changing solutions are just a surprisingly short journey away. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.